Is she awake? Clearly, the 0-0 at Forest today was so exciting that Charlene was struggling to stay awake. But I guess that sums it up, right? It wasn't the best game, was it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, it just didn't entertain me that much, you know. No, apologies. I've just been training so hard for my marathon and everything. So, you know.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Charlene's in the middle of some heavy-duty training. She's got the marathon coming up in April. You're running a couple, aren't you?
Yes, I've got the London Marathon and a 50k ultra.
So there you go. Make sure you support her and your charities on your Instagram. But anyway, let's get down to it. Forest 0, Arsenal 0. I guess in isolation, given the problems we've got up top, to go to Forest, who are a good team, and not lose, I guess is a decent result. However, it's also fair to say I couldn't help but feel a sense of disappointment at the end of the game. It's a game that we had chances, we didn't take them. We had a lot of possession. We should really have won the game, but we didn't. Am I wrong? How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel disappointed as well. You know, obviously, we walked away with a point, but it feels like a defeat, more like. I actually came into this game thinking, you know, after that performance against West Ham, we're going to turn things around. We did see that the performance was improved. Like you said, there was chances. We just weren't able to score a goal, unfortunately. But yeah, it does feel really deflating. We know that Nottingham Forest are in a good position in the league table and they've got a good home record as well. But I just expected more from the team. I really believed that we was going to get the 3 points today. So very deflating outcome.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you could see at the end of the game, it was apparent that the Forest manager and the players were far more infused about the result than Arsenal was. To go another game without scoring, I think it's something like 3 in our last 4 games now where we've not scored. There's clearly an issue about the lack of goals, and obviously we all know, we've talked about it to death now, about the lack of a striker and so forth. But I guess the manager's going to have to try and pull a rabbit out the bag or the hat or whatever it is and try and get things sorted, especially with the big games coming up. We've got a game against PSV. I guess my question to you is, what would you do differently to what you're seeing Arteta's doing at the moment?
Do you know, it's really hard to say because this has been an ongoing issue that we continuously discuss about us not being able to finish. And then we go through a period where it's like, you know, we're scoring goals from different areas of the pitch, whether it be from the midfield, from a set piece or whatever. And it's almost as if, all right, we've come back, it's gone round in circles. We've come back to that same conversation now. We're not able to score a goal. He's got such limited resources with the injuries and everything. The decision that I didn't like was Ethan Nwaneri coming off. He was our brightest spark on the pitch. So I'm assuming it must be down to something, you know, to do with Ethan.
Well, I'm assuming it's the management and the management team kind of looking after him a bit. He's only 17.
And protecting him.
They're protecting him. He came off against West Ham early. We were told it was cramp. So I guess the manager's looking after him. And listen, you know, there's a number of games still to go. We've got, you know, a dozen games or so in the Premier League, 2 potential Champions League games, maybe more. So I guess, and he's going to be one of the players that the go-to players. Yeah. So I understand that, but you are right. When he came off today, I was a little bit disappointed. He looked disappointed. If you look at his body language when he come off, he was looking at the floor. He wanted to carry on, but I guess they have to protect him in a way. My concern is
as well, especially where we're sort of relying on him now that Saka's out. He's the next best option, so we definitely need to make sure that we do keep him fit, especially with the fixtures coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. My concern though was that some of the other senior players who again didn't step up today. I'm talking about Trossard. I'm talking about Odegaard. Those guys, for me, Odegaard in the first half did look a little sharper, a little brighter, but that kind of tailed off in the second half. But Leandro Trossard, I don't like to scapegoat people, but today I think he dropped a bit of a stinker.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I did say before the match, you know, I said my preference with Leandro Trossard is for him to come off the bench. I just don't feel like we get the best performance out of him when he actually starts games. So my preferred option would be, you know, let him come on as an impact sub. Martin Odegaard, I feel like there was an improvement. I know there's been so much speculation over his performance as of recent. And like I was saying, since he's come back from the injury, we haven't really been seeing the Martin Odegaard that we know he's capable of being. But today I feel like there was an improvement slightly. But like you said, it didn't last the whole 90 minutes. So
we're going to have to raise our levels on Wednesday. How confident are you that we can do that against PSV?
Do you know what? It's just about trying to take each game as it comes. We obviously need to analyse our games, analyse our performances, and just see areas that we can improve. Thank God it's a two-legged game. I'm happy that the second leg is going to be at the Emirates. I feel like that just works in our favour, you know, bringing it back there. Well, hopefully. I mean, it hasn't been the same, you know, with West Ham. But, you know, I'm just going to keep believing in the team. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, that's all you can do, really. But thanks, Charlene. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you.